We are reading Hizbul Azam, dua number 78. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah ma sha Allahu kan wa ma lam yasha lam yakun. أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما. Glory be to Allah and with His praise. There is no power nor strength except with Allah. Whatever Allah wills happens, and whatever He does not will cannot happen. I know for certain that Allah has power over everything, and that Allah comprehends all things with His knowledge, encompasses all things in His knowledge. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, we've covered before. Subhanallah, usabbihu subhanallah. I extol Allah with His glory. Glory be to Allah. Wa bihamdihi, yani mutalabbisan bihamdihi, whilst being connected with His hamd and praise. وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Hawl literally means to turn away, turn around. There is no turning around. وَلَا قُوَّةَ, and no power and strength. It could mean turning away from sin and strength to do good. So there is no turning away from sinning and no strength to do good except billah, with Allah, meaning with the ability and tawfiq given by Allah. We can only do this when Allah gives us the tawfiq. Whatever Allah wills will be, and whatever He does not will not be. Imam Shafi'i rahmatullah alayhi said, فَمَا شِئْتَ كَانَ وَإِن لَمْ أَشَأْ وَمَا شِئْتُ إِن لَمْ تَشَأْ لَمْ يَكُنْ. فَمَا شِئْتَ كَانَ وَإِن لَمْ أَشَأْ. Whatever you will happens, even if I don't will it. وَمَا شِئْتُ إِن لَمْ تَشَأْ لَمْ يَكُنْ. And whatever I will, if you do not will, then it will not happen. And this is the Quran, وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. In Surah Al-Takwir at the end as well. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Read this dua in the morning. أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير وأن الله قد أحاط بكل شيء علما. I know that Allah has qudrat over everything, and Allah has ahata. Ahata means to surround, to encompass, to comprehend. Allah has encompassed everything, ilma, by way of ilm, tamyiz. Allah has encompassed everything in His knowledge. By way of His knowledge, He knows everything. One hadith says, if you read this dua in the morning, you will be protected. Hazrat Abu Darda radiyallahu anhu was once sitting. Someone came to him, there is a fire in your neighborhood and your house is gone. He sat in the masjid, he said, no, nothing's going to happen in my house. Another person came, the fire is very close to your properties. Nothing's going to happen to my house. Now remember, there's no fire engines there. And in those areas, if fire comes, then it takes the whole neighborhood. But the fire came close to his house and it died down. His house was protected. He said, how come you were so certain? He said, I heard Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say, whoever recites this in the morning, he will be protected. I recited it this morning, I knew my property will be protected. Imagine the level of their yaqeen. So read this in the morning. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah ma sha Allahu kan wa ma lam yasha lam yakun a'lamu anna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir wa anna Allah qad ahata bi kulli shay'in ilma. Ya hayyu ya qayyum برحمتك أستغيث أصلح لي شأني كله ولا تكلني إلى نفسي طرفة عين. O ever living and sustainer of everything, in your mercy do I seek succor and help. Reform for me all my affairs, and do not hand me over to my ego for even the blink of an eye, twinkling of an eye. Birahmatika astaghith. Birahmatika, Bahar Fijar with Majroor is connected to astaghithu, and it should be in Arabic language after the fi'l. Fi'l should be first. But if you bring the muta'alliq of a fi'l first and fi'l later, then it gives the benefit of takhsis and hasr. So the translation here will be, in only your rahmat do I seek succor and support, not in anything else. No human being, no other person, no prime minister, president, king, no strong person. I don't want help and support from anything. I only want help in your mercy. Astaghith, istaghatha, yastaghithu, istighathatan means talabul ghayth. And ghatha yaghithu ghaysan means to rush to the aid of someone. So if someone was screaming for help, 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 and you run to them and help them and save their life. So their screaming is istighatha, and your rushing is ghayth. So ghatha means to rush for help, and istighatha means to scream for help. Quran Sharif says, وَهُوَ الَّذِي يُنَزِّلُ الْغَيْثَ مِن بَعْدِ مَا قَنَطُوا وَيَنْشُرُ رَحْمَتَهُ وَهُوَ الْوَلِيُّ الْحَمِيدُ. In that ayat, al-ghayth tafsir is rainwater, because the Arabs survived on rainwater. Without rainwater, they would die. Even if rain was delayed for 2-3 weeks from its original time, then the farmers would scream for help, because all their hard work and effort and plowing and farming would go to waste if there was no rain. So, وَهُوَ الَّذِي يُنَزِّلُ الْغَيْثَ يعني المطر من بعد ما قنطوا وينشر رحمته. So, يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك أستغيث. O Hayyu Qayyum, in your mercy do I scream for help and do I plead for succor. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, in some kutub it is said that they are Asma-e Husna. And in other kutub it is said that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam used to use these two names. And with this he would cure the bone blind and the leper and bring the dead back to life. In Tafsir Khazin it is stated that he would read these 7 times and then blow on the dead who would come to life. So Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum are great names of Allah. And Birahmatika Astaghith, in your mercy do I cry for help. Hazrat Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam advised his daughter to make this dua. He said, Aina anti? Where are you, O Fatima? Why don't you read this dua? He said, read this dua often as possible. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum Birahmatika Astaghith. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum Birahmatika Astaghith. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum Birahmatika Astaghith. So when you are in deep trouble and you got nowhere to turn to, and you are in desperate need of Allah's help, repeat this often. Aslih li sha'ni kullah. Islah means rectify, reform. So reform for me and correct for me all my affairs. Sha'nun means matter, affair. Reform for me, correct for me, make good for me all my affairs. وَلَا تَكِلْنِي إِلَى نَفْسِي طَرْفَةَ عَيْنٍ. And do not hand me over to my ego for a blink of an eye. وَلَا تَكِلْنِي وَكَلَ يَكِلُ وَكَالَةً means to hand over. सौंप देना. मुझे मत सौंपना. Do not hand me over to my nafs. Meaning, if Allah lets go of us and He said, "Tu jane, tera kaam jane. I'm not going to help you. You do your matter yourself." It's a big problem. So do not hand me over to myself for even a blink of an eye. Meaning, I need your help at every moment, every second, 24 hours a day, throughout all my life. I can never abandon you. I can never leave you. I need you to be with me at every step. So please take care of my affairs and correct them for me, and do not hand me over to my ego and nafs for even a blink of an eye. Sayyidul Istighfar, the leader of all istighfars. This is in hadith as well. Sayyidul Istighfar an taqula, that you say this. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta khalaqtani wa ana abduka wa ana ala ahdika wa wa'dika mastata'tu. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت أبوء لك بنعمتك علي أبوء بذنبي فاغفر لي فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. O Allah, you are my Rabb. There is no God but you. You created me, and I am your slave, and I am on your agreement and your promise which I have made to you, as much as I can abide and as much as possible. I take refuge in you from the evil of what I have committed, and I acknowledge to you your favors upon me, and I confess to you my sins. Therefore, forgive me, because none can forgive sins except you. Allahumma anta rabbi, वाज़ेह है. You are my Rabb, my cherisher, my Lord, my sustainer. There is no deity besides you, and I am your slave, abduka, slave, bondsman. To be a slave of Allah is an honor for us. He is our creator. We admit we are His slave and He is the master. He owns us. He can do with us whatever He wants. He can command us however He wants. خلقتني وأنا عبد. You created me and I am your slave. وأنا على عهدك ووعدك. And I am on your agreement and promise as much as I can abide. Meaning, I have made you a promise and I have made an agreement with you. कुरान शरीफ में क्या है? या बनी इस्राइल अज़कुरू निअमती अल्लती अनअमतु अलैकुम वअऊफू बिअहदी ऊफी बिअहदिकुम. हो गया? You fulfill my agreement, I will fulfill your agreement. Meaning the agreement which you made with me and the agreement which I made with you. Your agreement with me is you will believe in me and you will abide by my instructions, and my agreement with you is that I'll give you Jannah. Like in the hadith of Muaz ibn Jabal, أتدري ما حق العباد ما حق الله على عباده وما حق العباد على الله قال الله ورسوله أعلم قال فإن حق الله على عباده أن يعبدوه ولا يشركوا به شيئا وحق العباد على الله أن لا يعذبهم. So this is the agreement. So I am trying to abide by the agreement and promise which I have made to you as much as I can. I am weak. I sometimes falter, make mistakes due to my weakness. I sin, I err, I disobey as well. But I'm trying my best to be on the agreement and promise which I have made. I take your refuge from the evil of what I have committed. I know my life is full of sins and disobediences. Okay? Sharri ma sana'tu. Evil of what I have done. Sana'a yasna'u sun'an means to do, to commit. I take your refuge from the evil of whatever I have done in the past. Abu'u laka bi ni'matika alayya. Ba'a yabu'u baw'an means iqrar karna, to admit. So Abu'u laka, I admit to you your favors upon me, and Abu'u bi dhanbi, I admit with my sins, and I accept that I have sinned, I confess. So Abu bi dhanbi ka tarjama kya karenge? I confess, I admit. So I acknowledge to you your favors upon me, and I confess to my sins that I have done many mistakes and wrongs. فاغفر therefore forgive me, because لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت. Quran also said, والذين إذا فعلوا فاحشة أو ظلموا أنفسهم ذكروا الله فاستغفروا لذنوبهم. आगे क्या है? ومن يغفر الذنوب إلا الله. Who can forgive sins besides Allah? Nobody can forgive sins besides Allah. No priest, no vicar. You go in the church, the father, I sinned, and he's sitting in the box on the other side. Okay, son, I forgive you. हालांकि वो प्लीज खुद ही कितना गुनहगार है, वो खबीर जानी शराबी कबाबी बदमाश गुंडा लुच्चा लफंगा, वो तुमको क्या फकीर करेगा? गुनाह अल्लाह का, और पादरी क्या माफ करेगा? गुनाह तो अल्लाह का, तो अल्लाह माफ करेंगे ना, पादरी क्यों माफ करे? ये बेकार है, बकवास बात है. ला यगफिरु ज़ुनूब इल्ला अंता. तो अल्लाह के सिवा कोई गुनाह माफ नहीं कर सकता. गुनाह अल्लाह का, अल्लाह माफ करेंगे. आगे चलो. Allahumma anta haqqu man dhukir. O Allah, you are the most worthy of those who are remembered. ये लंबी दुआ है, so we'll go sentence by sentence. Alright? Anta ahaqqu means most deserving, most worthy. You are the most worthy of those who are remembered. You know, we remember our, let's say, my father who's died, my mother who's died, my Sheikh Hazrat who has died, my Sheikh Yunus Saab, Hazrat Peer Saab, my relatives, my dada, nana, nani, mamu, khala, phupi, chacha, my friends, my students. I remember them. I remember my family. Right? So among those, the most worthy of being remembered is who? Allah. And the haqqu man zukir. You are the most worthy, the one who deserves most to be remembered. We have to do zikr of Allah most. That's why we do zikr every morning. So we remember Allah. Wa haqqu man ubid. You are the most worthy among those who are worshipped. Okay, ji? Ubida, fa'al majhul. Most worthy among those who are worshipped. No one deserves worship. You deserve it. Ruku, sijda, spending well, staying hungry for, is all for whom? It's all ibadat. Doing tawaf, going round a building is only for Allah, not for anyone else. People in Iran do tawaf of grave of Ayatollah Khomeini, Badmaj Gunda, Khabis Rafzi. What is the point of doing tawaf of his grave? They made a construction like Kaaba on his grave, and they do tawaf of his grave. So, you know, this type of ibadat and everything, nobody deserves it. Only Allah deserves it. You are the most worthy of worship. وَأَنصَرُ مَنِ ابْتُغِي. And thou art the fittest to be worshipped, and thou art most potent. नहीं, इधर मैं मिस कर दिया यहाँ. وَأَنصَرُ, the most helpful among those who are sought. Ansaru isme tafzeel from Nasara yansuru, Nasran. So Ansar, the most helpful among those who are ubtughiya. Ibtagha yabtaghi means to seek. Those who are sought after, whose help is sought, whose assistance is sought. وَأَرْأَفُ مَنْ مَلَكَ, and you are the most kindest of those who rule or who own. رَأَفَ يَرْأُفُ رَأْفَةً, كمعنى to be kind, considerate. أرأف isme tafzeel, the most kind among those who rule. Malaka yamliku milkan, to own, and it also means to rule. وَأَجْوَدُ مَنْ سُئِلْ, and the most generous among those who are besieged and begged. Ajwadu, jada yajudu judan, sakhawat karna. Jawad means sakhi. Ajwad means most sakhi. The greatest sakhi and most generous among those who are besieged and begged of. وَأَوْسَعُ مَنْ أَعْطَى, and most magnanimous among those who grant. Awsa'u, most encompassing, most broad among those who give. Allah's gifts are magnanimous, the most magnanimous of those who grant. Allahumma antal malik la sharika lak. O Allah, you are the king, the sovereign, there is no partner for you. Wal fardu la nidda lak. You are the one, there is no parallel for you, no match for you. Fardun means unique, one, special, and la nidda, niddun means rival, parallel, match. When you are in a wrestling ring, your opponent is your nid. Also, if you are in partnership of a business, then your partner is your nid. So nid is used for both, partner and rival. So you have no match, because in boxing ring both have to be match. Either they are lightweight or featherweight or heavyweight. A heavyweight and a featherweight cannot fight. They both have to have similar weight. So niddun, who is match and who is parallel. So you are the one, you have no match and no parallel. Kullu shay'in halikun illa wajhak. All things are all things are mortal, to perish, except your countenance. Halikun, halaka yahliku, halak ho jana, to be destroyed, perished. Everything is to perish except your face. Over here, face means zat, except your zat. This is from Qurani ayat, kullu shay'in halikun illa wajhah, lahu al-hukmu wa ilayhi turja'un, at the end of Surah Al-Qasas. Lan tuta'a illa bi'idhnik. You will never be obeyed except with your permission. وَلَن تُعْصَى إِلَّا بِعِلْمِكَ. And you will never be disobeyed except with your knowledge. Alfaz wazi hai. Lan tuta'a ata'a yuti'u ita'atan means to obey. Tuta'a, you will be obeyed. Illa bi'idhni, you will not be obeyed, never be obeyed except with your permission. When you allow a person to obey you, then you will be obeyed. And you cannot be disobeyed except in your knowledge. A person disobeys you with his free will and he is in your knowledge. تطاع فتشكر وتعصى فتغفر. You are obeyed, you appreciate, and you are disobeyed and you forgive. हो गया? تطاع فتشكر. When you are obeyed, you appreciate. Shakara yashkuru means to appreciate. यहाँ पर तर्जमा किया है you are obeyed, you reward. तो तशकुरु का तर्जमा रिवॉर्ड किया है मुफ्ती अब्दुल रहमान ने, लेकिन रिवॉर्ड के बजाय वो तर्जमा ज़्यादा अच्छा है. You are obeyed and you are appreciative, because shukr literally means to appreciate. You appreciate the obedience, and when you are disobeyed, you forgive. Aqrabu shaheed, the closest of those who are present. Wa'adna hafiz, the nearest of those who protect. Aqrab, closest. Shaheed, meaning one who is present. Adna also means aqrab, the nearest of those who protect. Hafiz means hafiz, muhafiz, the nearest of those who protect. Hulta dunan nufus, you stand between the souls of the creatures. Hulta hala yahulu haylulatan means ha'il banna, to come in the middle. You stand in the middle, dunan nufus, in between the souls of the creatures, meaning between my soul, nafs, and myself is Allah. Allah can help me control my nafs. Allah can come. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحُولُ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَقَلْبِهِ وَأَنَّهُ إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ. Your qalb and your nafs might want to do something, but Allah intervenes and He does not let you do that, and He makes you do something else. This is حيلولة بين النفوس. You can become a barrier and you can stand between the souls of the creatures. وَأَخَذْتَ بِالنَّوَاصِي, you have held on to their forelocks. أخذ, hold on. Nawasi, plural of nasiyatun, pishani. وَكَتَبْتَ الْآثَارِ, you have recorded you have recorded all footsteps, meaning all deeds, whatever people leave behind. وَنَسَخْتَ الْآجَالِ, and you have fixed all lifespans. Nasakha, to appoint, to fix, to predetermined. You have fixed and appointed al-ajal, the lifespans. Ajal, plural of ajal. Ajal means number one meaning is lifespan, other meaning is death, the time of death. You have recorded and appointed the time of death of every creature. Al-qulubu laka mufdiya, the hearts are laid bare to you. Al-qulub meaning qulubul makhluq. Mufdiya, afda yufdi, ifda'an means to reach somewhere. So you have reached the hearts, meaning the hearts are bare open before you. Before us, everybody's heart is concealed. I don't know what's in your heart. I don't know where Huzaifa is drifting up now, where his mind is. But Allah knows where his mind is. Is he daydreaming or is he listening properly? So the hearts are laid bare to you. وَالسِّرُّ عِنْدَكَ عَلَانِيَةً. And the secrets to you are manifest and open. We can't keep a secret. Every secret is open to you. Alaniya means open. Al-halalu ma ahlalta. Halal is that which you make halal, which you permit. Wal-haramu ma harramta. Haram is that which you forbid. Wad-deenu ma shara'ta. And religion is what you legislate. Shara'a, to legislate. Wal-amru ma qadayta. And reality is what you ordain. Command is what you decide. Al-amru, the command, the rule, and the matter. The matter is what you decide. Qaza yaqzi qaza'an. Various meanings. One meaning is to decide. Matters are as you decide. Wal khalqu khalquq. The creation is your creation. Wal abdu abduk. And this servant is your servant. This slave is your slave. Wa anta Allahu ar-Ra'ufur Rahim. And you are Allah, the most considerate, the most merciful. As'aluka, I beseech you, binuri wajhika alladhi ashraqat lahu as-samawatu wal ardu, by the light of your countenance, through which the heavens and the earth are illuminated and shone. وَبِكُلِّ حَقٍّ هُوَ لَكَ. And by every right that you have. وَبِحَقِّ السَّائِلِينَ عَلَيْكَ. And by the right upon you of those who beg of you. أَن تُقِيلَنِي. That you forgive me. أَقَالَ يُقِيلُ إِقَالَةً. Maaf karna. That you pardon me. في هذه الغداة. In this morning, if you are reading this dua in the morning. أو في هذه العشية. Or in this evening, if you are reading the dua in the evening. وأن تجيرني من النار. You forgive me, pardon me. And وأن تجيرني من النار بقدرتك. And you give me protection from the fire with your qudrat and power. कितनी पावरफुल है ये दुआ, याद कर लो और पढ़ो इसको, आगे बाद में पढ़ना। तर्जुमा हो गया? करना पड़ेगा कि चल जाएगा? शुरू से करना पड़ेगा कि तुम कर लोगे? चलो जल्दी जल्दी कर लो। Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Glory be to Allah, and with His praise there is no strength to turn away from sin, nor any power to do good, except with the ability given by Allah. Whatever Allah wills happens, whatever He does not will does not happen. I know for certain that Allah has power over everything, that Allah has encompassed everything in His knowledge. O Hayyu Qayyum, in your rahmat do I cry for help. Reform for me all my affairs, and do not hand me over to my nafs for the blink of an eye. The leader of all istighfar sighas and wordings is, O Allah, you are my Rabb, no deity besides you. You created me, and I am your slave, and I am on your agreement and promise as much as I can. I seek refuge in you from the evil of what I have committed. I acknowledge to you all your favors upon me, and I confess to my sins. Therefore forgive me, because none can forgive sins except you. O Allah, you are the most worthy among those who are remembered, and the most worthy among those who are worshipped, and the most helpful among those who are sought, the most considerate of those who rule, the most generous among those who are besieged, and the most encompassing broad among those who give and grant. O Allah, you are the sovereign. There is no partner for you. You are the one and unique. There is no one parallel to you, no match for you. Everything is to perish except your Zat. You will never be obeyed except with your permission, and you will never be disobeyed except with your knowledge in your knowledge. You are obeyed and you appreciate. You are disobeyed and you forgive. You are the closest among those who are present and the most nearest among those who protect. You become a barrier between the nufus. You have held on to the forelocks of all creatures. You have noted down all deeds and you have recorded all lifespans. The hearts to you are laid bare. Secret to you is open. Halal is what you make halal, and haram is what you make haram. Religion is what you legislate. Command is what you decide. Creation is your creation, and this slave is your slave. You are Allah, the most considerate, the most merciful. I beg of you, through the light of your countenance, by which light the heavens and the earth are illuminated, and with every right that you have, and with the right of those who beseech you upon you, that you pardon me this morning or this evening, and you protect me from the fire with your qudrat. याद करके आना अच्छी तरह. अब्दुल्ला हुज़ैफा कच्चा कच्चा मत करना, समझा? मेहनत से पढ़, जा भाग जाए यहाँ से.